Hello, this is Naja Tao, and I have been doing a series of conversation starters. I've combined three questions into one. They're all kind of similar, and I think they kind of tie into each other a little bit. Uh, yeah, I'll talk about all three of them. They are from collegetransitions.com. And the questions are: how do you know you're not dreaming right now? Is life a dream? Can we be morally responsible for our actions and our dreams? So, in preparation for these questions, I paid pretty close attention to my dreams last night, and I don't think you can know that you're not dreaming. Um, unless you have a lot of experience with lucid dreaming, I don't think you can always know you're dreaming. Certainly in some dreams, there's an awareness you're dreaming, but a lot of the time, you don't have that awareness. In my dream last night, I was camping with some of my best friends from high school, and I was not aware of being in a dream. It just felt like what was happening in the moment, like what was real in the moment. It's only when you wake up for a dream that it becomes really obvious that you were dreaming. And it feels really different to wander around in waking life versus remembering your dream. So there's something about waking up that and like wandering around in your day that alters your perception of what you went through in the night. And there's just a different there's different consistency that you notice when you wake up to life. Like it feels quite different, in my opinion. And obviously the rules are different. But you can have dreams that seem to span years. So you can go for a long time thinking that your dream is reality. So I do think there is a chance that we're in a dream right now. In fact, I would lean a little bit towards thinking that we're in a simulation. That might explain why people claim to die and then have near-death experiences. It's a little weird to think of that, though, because if we're conscious simulations, that would mean that AI could one day become conscious, right? So I don't know if I don't know if we can know if we're in a simulation until we at least wake up from it and then look back on our earthly lives maybe as a dream. And that could go on forever. We could just keep on waking up from dreams or simulations and never know the truth of our existence. I think life is like a dream in which the rules are very, very fixed. And whoever or whatever is responsible for starting all of this is extremely hands-off, at least while we're alive. And I'm inclined to think that when we die, there will be some kind of recording of it. Like, we'll do a life review, baby. And that will revisit what we've done in this life. I think some people think that the idea of life after death is comforting. And I do think that the idea of not existing is a little scary. But at the same time, if this life really, really, really sucks the way it does, and there's a chance that you still exist, then there's a chance that the next life will really, really, really suck. Could suck even worse. So for me, the idea that we just die and that's it is the mentally safer option. So I don't think it's just I don't think it's just me wanting the comfort of an afterlife that is driving my bias towards thinking that we're in a simulation. But moving on to the third question, can we be morally responsible for our actions in our dreams? Legally, no, of course not, because no one can claim damages. But I think the key to answering this question is whether or not you can make moral choices in a dream. And I think you can't. In a lot of my dreams, I'm just along for the ride. I might not even be in my dream, or I might be someone other than myself. And even when I am myself, I often don't feel in control of my thoughts or actions. I feel like I have a totally different personality. I feel like I have a totally different set of opinions and beliefs some of the time. Sometimes in my dream, I have like the opposite way of thinking that I might in real life. But in any case, however much control I feel like I have over my thoughts and actions in my dreams, it's certainly not to the extent that I feel in control of myself in waking life. So, no, I don't think we're in control of our moral choices in our dreams, and I don't think anyone's harmed by anything we do in our dreams. So, those are some of my thoughts and opinions. If you have any comments about anything I've said, or if you have your own answer to the questions, how do you know you're not dreaming right now? Is life a dream? And can we be morally responsible for our actions and our dreams? Leave your responses in the comments, please. I appreciate likes and subscribes. And I'm going to do a little bit of coloring. This is the fall coloring sheets. Let's color part of a leaf. This looks a little Christmassy to me rather than fall. Let's do the Christmas leaf. Just really want these berries to be bright red. I remember growing up, we'd have all kinds of trees and they'd have berries, and just remember some of the berries had this red-orange pop. And I thought, oh, these must be really poisonous berries to be so bright. Yeah, I woke up this morning and my cat had just left poop in every room of the house. Little poop in the living room, little poop in the kitchen, little poop just outside my bedroom. Sometimes he gets a little constipated. The poop sticks on his long fur, and he'll just race through the house trying to get I assume he's trying to get some of the poop off. And that's just what he does. They used to group these colors by shade. Shades of the same colors. And I don't know how they've decided to group the colors now. But I do like this green. I just want a bunch of soft green colors. So I have another meeting with somebody to try to get rid of that object that I'm trying to give away that I was talking about in the last video. And it's just tedious. But I didn't realize that so many people still use Craigslist. I mean, I've watched some true crime videos, and I guess sometimes I figure that when I've watched some kind of bad press about something that, I don't know, that thing is canceled or it's dying out, but I don't know. I mean, I've read so many articles about how Starbucks is dying, but, they haven't died out in our neighborhood. Still alive and kicking. So I don't know. I mean, I guess that a lot of things that happen outside of your immediate area, I mean, a lot of those problems don't feel real. I think that feeling is just for our safety because we can't solve every problem. At best, we can kind of solve problems in our local area. But even then, that's a massive undertaking for one person. So, I'm going to leave this here for now. But, yeah, I thank you for watching this video. And hopefully you'll join me for another one. Thanks. Bye.